Say that again.
What? It's fall, y'all?
Okay, she did.
You don't like it? I love
No,
that.
I was being
Good morning,
sarcastic.
everybody.
Good morning. Sorry we're a little late. There were so many pumpkins to gather, right?
That's
Took a
right.
group effort.
I think I need more caffeine.
No, Nia is strung on some caffeine this morning.
I'm
Up
super
late.
up. Yeah, super up this morning. It's a thing.
So I'm really excited. That everybody
Pumpkin.
Very funny, very cute. So I was excited that Nicole decided she loves to do this to me. It's quite fun. So what, Sunday around 8:15 she sends me an email that I didn't check because who checks their emails on Sunday morning?
I followed it up with a text though. I'm like, hey, I sent
Yeah.
this email.
So she sends me this email and says that she wants me to do an Facebook Live on fall decor. Because I was sending her some pictures of different things I was doing. Because it's
So technically, you started it.
That's right.
kind of. But the funny part is, I don't know if any of you do any decorations or flower arrangements or anything, but when you get them perfect, she's like, just break down what you did and redo it. I'm like, yeah, hell no.
So much easier.
I had no idea this was going
I'm like, I said yes, but then I'm like, no, because you get it like just how you want it, and then you're supposed to break it down. But I did send her a fun photo. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys some tips and some tricks, because this season, a lot of what I see that a lot of us are doing or wanting to do is kind of break the mold. Now, I love the traditional fall colors, don't get me wrong. So if you're a traditional fall color person, stick with it. You have everything, you already own it all and all those things. I have a small shopping problem, so I usually will, I have my kids, I made my kids get down all these huge Tupperware containers out of our storage, bring them all downstairs full of all last year's fall stuff. And I was like, yeah,
Not
I'll just
feeling
take
it?
that back. So my husband,
Maybe next year.
Tyler is so supportive though, thank goodness. So I did a few fun things. I think when you're doing any spaces or you're trying to do, this has been on my countertop. I don't know if you guys, there's gonna be a pumpkin.
Wait, was that on your table? Your dining
Yeah,
room
this has
table?
been on my table. I always have these really cool, old, antique, rusty containers, and I'll just put different flowers in them for different times of year, and I really love it. But this year I decided to do something a little bit different. And when we're finished, I'll kind of pan around and show you my table decor this year, though I hope no one actually wants to eat there, because once you do your table all up, there's no space to
Yeah,
food.
No.
But anyway,
But that's the most important part,
Right.
is the eating.
You have to
we're
kind of
just-
like
we're
wave.
we're gonna, we'll just have to break that down a little when it's actually time to set the table. It'll be a little different look. But one of the things that I know that a lot of us want to always start with, and it's hard, but it's the most important piece, is whatever your greenery is going to be. So I love eucalyptus. I love the flat eucalyptus, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. I'll go over to the mantle. I'm not breaking that down for sure. That took me like an hour to get everything just how I wanted it. But the flat eucalyptus is really pretty. Anytime you're trying to, let some things hang over the sides of your container or off of the mantle, you want to definitely use something that gives you that flexibility. And if you, rather than cut everything up, because these things get expensive, if you bend your stem versus cutting it, like I literally bent my eucalyptus in half to put on my mantle so that when I'm done with it up there, I can straighten it back out and utilize it. Because it gets expensive, so if you start cutting everything up, then it's sort of a sad situation, because it's the only place you might be able to use it. So that's just a little tip. Hydrangeas mixed with eucalyptus are really big right now. You can do so much with that. Sunflowers. I love the white sunflowers right now. I think they're so pretty for this time of year. Since it is early fall, we're not even in October yet.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
to
Somebody-
the oranges yet, I see.
Somebody posted the other day, they're like, when is it too early to start decorating for Christmas? And I thought of your friend Bobby. I'm like, I bet Bobby's decorating for Christmas already.
No, she loves her seasons. Like, so it's fall, then it's Halloween. Isn't it Devin? Devin, her daughter, stayed home from school sick, obviously.
Oh.
She's not feeling well.
She probably helped Nia move too much this
No,
weekend.
Deb wasn't feeling well this weekend, so she didn't come help, but which is surprising, because Deb, you're a workhorse.
Yeah, she's usually there.
But no, like she'll do the fall. Like now you Halloween a little early. When you pulled up this
Well, yeah,
morning.
the kids. Oh my gosh, I haven't done my porch, so that'll be for next week. Sorry, one of my phones is ringing, but that'll have to be for next week. I haven't quite gotten to the porch yet. You can decline it, that's fine.
So what are
They do it?
these? I haven't seen
Okay,
this before.
so I will break this down a little bit. Okay, so pumpkins, they're everywhere. Now, if you're really into DIYs and you have the time and the space, one of the things that is real, you're good, it's off. That's really big right now is painting your own pumpkins. So you can go to the dollar store and you can make this a super thrifty thing, and you can pick up all the orange and different colored, traditionals, and you can buy the paints and paint them yourselves. But I am not that big on the DIYs, not because I don't want to be, just because I can't even imagine pumpkin painting with my kids. But what I did that I love and was so easy is I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but I actually took a garland. So this is a big piece of garland about 6 feet long. And that way I didn't have to spend quite as much money on individual pieces, and I was able to fold it up and create a bed to then place my pumpkins on. Because you have to lift them up out of the container, otherwise you won't even see them. They'll just be down inside of it.
So that's a good way to save money then, is just get a long
Absolutely.
piece of garland and kind of fold it around.
Yeah, and the same thing holds true for things like this. So instead of buying all these individual, I just bought it already put together. So then now that you have the big piece of garland, which was just like $10, then you have your already made little arrangements for the end. And then all you have to do is pick up your pumpkins. In Southern Hospitality, if you're local, still had some last week or two, but I don't know what their situation is right now. But I mean, it's pretty simple. Pretty easy.
They're beautiful.
And it looks really sweet, and it turned out really, really good. Some other colors that I love, I love the creams. This is like the cutest ever. These are from Pottery Barn, so now these will hopefully be used more than one season because they were a little pricier than one would like. You can pick up fun little textured pumpkins, so you can develop some really cute little spaces in your home where you just place pumpkins. If you have any sort of a tiered thing on your
Here, can we move this?
countertop, yeah, we can move this. I haven't put this together yet, but once I do today, in the container that I have not found yet, I'm very picky when it comes to that. But I was mentioning, utilizing some hydrangeas, so you can kind of see how beautiful this is going to come out when it's finished, and I have the spot where I want it. So this is just using some really pretty olive stems and some hydrangeas. I mean, this does not take like a rocket scientist. Nia could do this. That was a joke.
No, it's the truth though. Like, it has to be simple.
If you can see this, how pretty it is, and you stick this right inside of your flowers pot and you kind of move them around a little bit, you get the look that you're going for. So it's really easy, and we all get very, very nervous and concerned about it, but you can see how pretty this will actually look once you place your pumpkins around in the containers and do all of those fun things.
It looks
So-
simple, but I would never put it together. So I'm glad you're saying this.
It is.
I mean,
It's
now
so
that
simple.
I see, I think the thought process is it's everything leading up to that. I think that's the overwhelming part for me, and that's why I tend to
Yes.
I want the completed product because I don't want to have to think about the steps. That's why, just think about it. When somebody says, "Oh, well, you can do this, it's so easy." Not everybody's mind works that way. Like, they can't see past a certain point, and that's me. I get tunnel vision on certain issues, and so this would be one of those. I would
Do
be
you
like,
pick the theme?
no.
Like, did you say, okay, I like pumpkins, and I'm going to go with more like I don't know, muted, like.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that I've learned that is pick
So
a theme.
I definitely wanted the more neutral colors this season. I definitely was falling in love with this green, even the minty color, more like this color pumpkin. You guys can see that. So heirloom pumpkins, if you're familiar with those are the pumpkins that come in all different colors. Naturally, like you can grow them, like you can buy seeds. I think I'll grow my pumpkins for next year. Just kidding. But that's what I'm
that'll
saying.
be
Those are
interesting.
very hard to find artificial. There's beautiful blues and greens and all these gorgeous colors. And that's where, if you do have a craft space that you can do this, that there's so many DIYs. And I'll tell you what I learned, which I have not painted a single pumpkin, but I can know how. You remove the top, then you typically would mix your colors because you're not going to you might be looking for something that's not readily available. You paint the pumpkin, you spray coat it, you hot glue your lid back on, what is this called, a stem?
Stem.
Voila, you have all the colors of the spectrum. I definitely want to do that next year. I get planned out a little bit earlier because there are some amazing colors. And if you go on Pinterest and you just look up heirloom pumpkins, they're gorgeous.
Maybe we can post some pictures later in the feed.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll totally do that. So I want to show you guys real quick, so I showed you what I'm doing with the eucalyptus. Yeah, with the eucalyptus and the hydrangea. So my plan is to tie this in with some other areas that I've already finished. So you guys are gonna come with me on a little walk.
Okay.
There's the rocking chair. What?
There's the rocking chair.
Oh, his rocking chair. So this was really fun, and I mentioned earlier about how I really love the flat eucalyptus. So this is more of that style of the flat eucalyptus. So these are stems that I'll be able to reuse, so I'm not wasting money, and I have just bent them and positioned them on the mantle. I kept it super simple, but you can see I still use a little hydrangea here with my pumpkin colors so that when I do my olive branch and I do those flower arrangements, it'll all tie in on my big sofa table. I don't know about you guys, but I have always been, you guys are so close and I have like no makeup on. Okay. So I've always been not quite a fan of Scarlet Rose. You are being so rude. Quite a fan of fake candles because I just love candles burning. But these are so precious. So I bought them for my tablescape and for my mantle, and I'm really loving them. So they look really beautiful at night. So I added a couple of those up here, and it just turned out really precious. I'm really in love. So very simple. You're not breaking the bank. I mean, you could do this entire mantle makeover for probably under $50. So, and that's including the pumpkins.
This is the same flower that you
Yes,
just had, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The most expensive thing, honestly, is the flat eucalyptus. Because it's so hard to find a beautiful flat eucalyptus that you end up having to pay the money. Oh, okay. And I can show you guys, okay, we can sit here. So I'm still working on my combination for my pillows though, so Mia put me on the spot here. I'm not quite done.
Here, we're just sliding.
Come on over.
We'll finish the show today.
So I hope that you guys can now take some of these ideas and get your butt to your local craft store. So some hot spots that have really great things and reasonable prices. Joann's Fabric is always a good one. And believe it or not, there's already 40 and 50% off on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you're already seeing the sales hit.
It's like Hobby
Well, they've already had
Hobby
that
Lobby.
stuff up for like months
Yeah.
now.
Scarlett's here today.
Hi.
Unfortunate and she's stinky. Because she had her little
You gonna go
girly
see
time. Yeah,
Jensen?
Wednesday.
Okay.
She had her first little girl thing, so she couldn't go to the groomer on their regular schedule. So this is her week. But you can check Joann's Fabrics. Michael's has a ton. They have really great bins. The dollar store, if you're gonna follow along with the DIYs on how to paint your own pumpkins, I mean, you can get pumpkins for 98 cents if you take the time to paint them yourselves.
There you go.
And compared to $6, $8, $12, $25 for a pumpkin that's outside of the normal color spectrum, I have a house full. You can definitely save some really great money there. And of course, hitting your spots like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, all those places always are good too. And don't be afraid to use a little bit of the brighter greens. When I finish my arrangements, I will post them for you guys, but I'm gonna be using some lamb's breath in there and some brighter greens. It's so pretty. We can pan over at the end of the show and I'll show you kind of what I did on our table this year. And I mean, it's super simple. And it was with stuff I already had.
Yeah.
Aside from the Everlit, or what do they call them? Like the mechanical candle, what is that even called?
You're gonna ask this girl.
The battery operated candles, aside from that,
Oh,
I mean,
battery operated. Oh.
I didn't buy really anything. So it's really, it's quite fun to use some of the colors that you already have. And last, I told you guys I promised, these are very easy to switch out into Christmas. All of these colors, I mean, obviously you'll remove the pumpkins and add in, some other things that are more holiday, but you can totally use your same greenery, your same base, and just create a little bit of a different feel that way. So, and I'm doing some fun little fall, virtual or in person. If you're looking to help for a little bit of help with your fall decor, just shoot me an email or a message on Facebook. I'm happy to give you some assistance there. A couple new Willows projects. I'm doing a really fun office remodel, so you guys will get to see that. That's going to be really cool. It's a fun space. It's a combination. It's 2 businesses in one building. So one being it just totally different into the spectrum. So to create like the fun vibe that they're both looking for, I'm really excited about that. So I'm excited to share with you guys that. That should be out pretty soon because we're in a hurry. So we're on a good deadline. So weekend, how was your weekend?
It was good. Soccer hasn't started practice. We haven't been able to do anything because it's been raining like every freaking night. So we're ready to start soccer. But I don't know. I was able to finally get to Nia by Sunday, but we just did more. Clean the garage out. Like purging more stuff, trying to get rid of more stuff. I don't know if you guys feel me, but even after moving in and thinking I got rid of stuff, there's still way more. So just trying to get rid of some stuff. I'm sure, Nia, you got rid of some stuff this weekend, right?
I think I got called a hoarder. Like
me and Justine were throwing
like,
stuff away. We're like,
oh yeah, no, like I threw stuff away. It's so crazy how you accumulate stuff. I'm moving. I'm in the process of moving and major downsize. And I had a friend over. Well, I had several friends over to help. They like just showed up, and I just have to say a huge shout out to Kathleen Waite, Christy Howell, Billy Newton, to Eric Van Horn, to the people who just showed up. They just showed up to help. Like I put an all-call out, like, hey, I don't ask for help often, but I'm asking for help. And like when that message went out, those are the people who came through and just showed up. Sarah Wolf, who works for us, she showed up at my house.
A lot of your kids' friends were there.
Oh
too.
my gosh, my daughter's friends literally stayed from Friday until Sunday, and I'm not talking guys. It was girls nonstop.
Yeah.
When my buddy Billy came back yesterday with Christy, he was like, "There's no guys here.
Yeah.
Like there are no men here helping y'all move, and we're moving sofas and bedroom furniture without any help from a male." And so girls can do it too. We got this.
That's awesome.
And but I just, the love and the passion that my friends have for me to just show up like that, even though they had weekend plans, they had stuff going on, they're like, our girl needs us. Nicole and her and Bobby for hours at my house yesterday while I was running between the houses. They were cleaning and setting up and just there's just so much that goes into it. So
I just stayed behind so I could witness Bobby do her magic. Like she goes in a room and she can just hear her moving stuff around, and you go back in and you're like, oh my god, you just completely transformed this room.
It was crazy to walk in because my house was the house that I moved into. I can honestly say I started to lose hope last week. I was very, very disappointed and really not looking forward to it. Not at all. Especially with the budget that I'm on and I had, like, there were so many things that a wall needed to be built, carpet needed to be replaced, flooring had to be done. We live in Florida, so I'm not ashamed to say, like, there are roaches like crazy in this house because it's been sitting kind of alone. And so my buddy who is in pest control is like walking around and he's like, okay, so here's your infestation. And I was like, oh my, and if anybody who knows me knows I am deathly afraid of spiders. Spiders, I lose my mind.
Where was it?
Oh my gosh, right outside of my bedroom. Like this wall had spiders and roaches and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, we have to spray like every week or two.
Yeah, no,
to keep them at
that's
bay.
when like
they're crazy, especially with all this rain.
Yeah.
In their place.
No, it was nuts because when Billy showed up on Saturday with Christy, they like started walking around. He's pest control. Let me just tell you, he's amazing. I'll get his information if you guys want it. Starts telling us like all these things. You have to do this, and this is how it's gonna go down. I'm like, oh my gosh. And Justine and Bobby and I had set off foggers on Friday night, and we set them off in the house. And I was on one end, Justine was on the other, or Bobby was on the other, and Justine was in the middle. And the three of us like ran into each other. And then somebody forgot their drink, and all these foggers are going off. We're like running around the house.
Drink is no good.
But like we came in Saturday. Yeah, the drink is done. We came in Saturday morning, and there were just dead bugs everywhere, and it felt really good, but it was like really creepy because I felt like I needed to be on that show, Infested, and like it was bad. But like by the end of the day, the walls looked amazing. The carpet looked fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that said he was going to do the carpet showed up. The guy who said he was going to decimate the jungle, that was my yard, came and decimated the jungle. That was my yard. And then, like I said, like just the amazing friends who showed up to help. It felt really good. Like people really do care about me.
Yeah.
Like you don't know it until you see it like that. And I'm the type of person, I show up. I always show up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there for everybody. You don't have to ask me. I'll just assume you wanted me there. And if you don't want me there, you need to tell me to leave. Like, because I'm just that person. If you need anything, you need to borrow my truck, you need me to run you somewhere, you need something, I'm going to come through for you. That's just how I am, who I am. And it was really, really nice this weekend. It was a little overwhelming. There were moments I just started bawling. And I just had to like get it together because it was a lot. Like, and we're still not done. I still have so much to do.
Yeah.
In the house?
In the
Oh,
old
goodness,
house.
what
There's
is
still
the
stuff
deal?
in the old house because, like I said, I'm downsizing. So,
Yes.
You want some kisses?
but it's crazy. So anyhow, that was the
No.
weekend. So,
Amazing.
it's crazy.
It really is crazy what you can do in a weekend.
Girl.
Yeah.
Tyler and I moved into this house by ourselves because there was just nobody around to help. And I'm telling you what, I mean, we've done it twice now, him and I, two different.
Well, I will always
And
come help.
It was insane, but it's a really rewarding at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you start with whatever you start with, and then you turn around and you look back and you're like, wow. Somebody posted something recently on their Facebook. They've been doing a huge remodel. They had a big wipeout during the hurricane. And they finally got it together, and she said she just felt like there was nothing was changing in her space because it was just seemed like there was constantly something else to do. And she just posted a picture where she turned around and looked in her kitchen, and she was like, "Oh, it is coming along."
Yeah.
And Scarlett, what in the heck? She really wanted to be on the show this
I
morning.
know.
Clearly,
And
she wants to be here.
That's why they came over this morning because Scarlett's been asking to be back on the show.
It's really all about you.
She is
It's
really,
all about Scarlett.
really wanting.
Yes,
She's like,
good
you guys are
morning.
in my seat.
That is supposed to be a good sign.
So,
All right. Well, on that note,
I have one quick thing to tell you.
well,
Alexander started hockey. Well, he started ice skating
skating.
lessons this weekend.
I saw a picture.
Yeah,
like,
it was
hold
a
it on.
riot.
because he's
A
awesome.
total riot.
He was
It
T-Rex
so
this
funny.
morning.
Oh, he was.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. So look out. We have a new hockey player coming down the line. I can't do the heat, so we have to do indoor sports.
Yes.
But Nia's inspired me to get my kids into more activities.
I was in a ton.
So we're gonna try that
Martial
and
arts is
jiu-jitsu.
awesome. Yeah.
Oh, you know
jiu-jitsu.
who I didn't say thank you to now that I think about it?
Who?
Bobby.
Well, you should because apparently
Thank
she's
you,
like,
Bob.
God, y'all have no idea. She knows. You should see what she did and how much
I
she
wanna
did.
go
And there's
see
so much
it.
behind
I'm
the
feeling
scenes.
very guilty right now. First of all,
You are so preggers.
I didn't even see
Please
the whatever the like PSA
Well, here's the thing.
of her
and
meeting
that's-
everybody,
and
which I knew
thank
she
you,
was amazing,
Facebook.
but
Yeah, it's Facebook. They're just limiting everybody's stuff on their news feeds.
oh, is that what it is? Because I
You'll see it
surely-
in a couple of days and you'll be like, oh, Nia posted this on Friday.
'cause I probably could have shoved my hunk of a husband out the door.
Oh God, Tyler would have been great.
Yeah. Who could have got
But
done?
no, like I need to say thank you to Bobby and Carson because Carson actually came and spent his Saturday to come over and help, and then he ran home and took a shower to go to a party that night.
Kendrick and Katie came over,
Oh
ate
yeah,
your
Kendrick
cookies,
they came
and
over.
then walked around randomly, opened up umbrellas. Like they just,
Hey, they're little boys.
circle.
So
Ignore
I
me.
just a huge thank you to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I want to see.
Yes, you
I can come help. There's things I can do. I'm really good at making beds.
Yeah,
I'm fantastic
I did not make my
at
bed.
hanging curtains. I am not afraid to get on a little short ladder.
You're
I am a good
at your
cleaner.
height, you don't have to. I have 8-foot ceilings.
I am a very good cleaner. I'm a good cleaner.
Yeah, well,
I'm like the bomb diggity.
We'll bring you
Someone
over.
I was also busy over here trying to create some sort of a fall themed tutorial for my food on Sunday morning. I hope you guys got some tips though.
they did.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
Yep.
too. And I'll do my front porch next, and my back porch is done. I'll post some more photos and stuff. But
Yay.
Yay.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, I got mentioned on like group face. My friend from North Carolina sent me a message and a screenshot, and she's like, "Oh my God, they're talking about you on my private group interior design page."
What?
Yeah, so that was pretty fun. She's in Raleigh, which I'm going to be doing a project there, which will be my first on-set, not local.
Oh my god.
My cousin is buying a home in the Chapel Hill, Raleigh area.
Ooh.
And
Ooh, I heard
so
that's
as soon
nice.
as they get that purchase, I'm crossing my fingers they can get it done quick so I can get up there before the baby. But if not, he'll be just coming with me.
Yeah,
But
I'll be hanging out with you.
You'll be hanging.
Really.
in my wild bird sling that I'm ordering.
I need to see this wild. You
I
said you're
know.
obsessed with it.
It's beautiful. So anyway,
Oh,
you guys have a fantastic week, and
Please
thanks
do.
for tuning in.
Bye, guys.
You had a lot of your peeps on here, Sarah.
I know.